Welcome to Fios Internet and Fios TV Setup. We'll show you how to set up Wi-Fi and live TV in your home. You'll need the Verizon router, video media server, Fios TV Plus for each TV, and connection accessories that came with your order. It all starts with the Fios fiber optic cable that runs into your home and is attached to a piece of equipment called the Optical Network Terminal, also called ONT. First, locate the ONT. It might be located in a closet, garage, basement, or in single-family homes, it may be mounted outside. Next, if you haven't already, you'll connect the router to the ONT to create your home Wi-Fi network. And finally, you'll connect the video media server to both the ONT and router, so it'll be ready to activate on screen once you set up the Fios TV Plus set-top box. Please keep in mind, you can always download the My Verizon app for step-by-step instructions and additional support. Now let's get started. To set up the Verizon router, you'll need the included router, its power adapter, a splitter, as well as Ethernet and coax cables. Before you start, check that the ONT is connected to power and turned on. And note that you can set up the router in the same room as the ONT or in a different room. To set up the router in the same room, plug one end of the Ethernet cable into the ONT and the other into the WAN port of the router. Then plug one end of the 6-foot coax cable into the ONT and the other into the splitter port labeled in. Next, grab the 3-foot coax cable and connect one end to the router and the other into any port on the splitter. To set up the router in a different room, make sure there are Ethernet and coax wall ports available near both the ONT as well as in the other room close to where you'll place the router. You need to plug one end of both the coax and Ethernet cables into the ONT and the others into the wall outlet. Next, go to the other room where you want to set up the router and plug one end of the Ethernet cable into the WAN port of the router and the other into the wall outlet. Grab a second coax cable and plug one end into the wall port and the other into the splitter port labeled in. Then, grab a third coax cable and plug one end of it into any port on the splitter and the other into the router. The final step of both setups is to connect the power adapter to the router and plug it into the wall outlet. The light on the front of the router will blink white while it boots up. This could take up to 10 minutes. The light will turn solid white once the router is successfully connected to the ONT. If you received Verizon Wi-Fi extenders, use the inbox setup guide to set them up too. To set up the Verizon Video Media Server, also called VMS, you'll need the included VMS, its power adapter, a coax cable, and splitter caps. To connect the VMS to the router, first plug one end of a 3-foot coax cable into the VMS and the other into any port on the splitter. Then connect the power adapter to the VMS and plug it into the wall outlet. The light will blink white while it boots up. This can take up to 10 minutes. Once the light turns solid white, the connection is complete. To connect multiple video media servers, follow the same steps. Use the provided splitter caps to cover any unused coax ports on the splitter. To set up Fios TV Plus, you'll need the included Fios TV Plus set-top box, its remote, power adapter, a USB-C cable, and an HDMI cable. First, make sure the router has been powered on for at least 10 minutes before starting setup. After 10 minutes, plug one end of an HDMI cable into the set-top box and the other into your TV. Next, connect one end of the USB-C cable to the set-top box and the other to the power adapter. Then plug the power adapter into a wall outlet. Pull out the plastic battery tab on the back side of the remote. Turn on the TV. Select your input and follow the on-screen instructions. Now you're ready to start watching. After setup is complete, your connection should look something like this. The Fios TV Plus set-top box can be mounted to a wall or the back of your TV. Use the adhesive strips or screws to attach the bracket to your desired surface. Then snap the set-top box to the bracket. Store the setup guide and other extra accessories for future use. If you purchased a Stream TV Mocha adapter separately, plug it into a wall outlet and make sure it's connected to the network equipment via Ethernet or coax cable. Then plug one end of a USB-C cable into the set-top box and the other into the Mocha adapter to power up the set-top box.